We interrupt our regularly scheduled program for this Breaking News 19 report.
We've been following a story today, folks, that this station believes cannot be held until our regularly scheduled broadcast. Earlier today, we sent our correspondent Melissa Parrish to cover the story of an attack on a police officer.
Earlier today, we received the report of a vicious attack on a local police officer. The assailant is reported to have been killed in the assault. The attack took place on the street in front of this restaurant. Mrs. Martha Wingrove witnessed the events.
I saw the whole thing. I was sitting right there in Billy's having my lunch, and this crazy old man comes stumbling up the sidewalk right here. I figured maybe he was drunk or homeless or on something because of the way he was acting. He kept coughing up all over himself. And the cop, there was this police officer, and he was here picking up his lunch. And so when he saw that crazy old man fall against the window, he went outside to check on him.
What happened then?
Well, then that crazy old drunk, he just starts attacking that poor police officer. He's clawing and scratching at his face. He's trying to bite him. Then that cop, he pulls out his gun and just unloads every bullet on that crazy man.
The officer, who has not yet been identified, was brought here to Parksdale Hospital for treatment, while his assailant was taken to the morgue pending identification and further investigation into the tragic event. Our hopes and prayers go out to the officer and his family for a speedy recovery. This has been Melissa Parrish.
As our news day progressed, we began noticing a trend of similar attacks all over the world. They've happened in Britain, Italy, Japan, Russia, and South America. Small events that were being reported as deranged individuals attacking people on subways, in office buildings, nightclubs, and in the street. Then the World Health Organization issued a general warning of a possible viral epidemic, the symptoms of which are coughing, itching and scratching of the skin, loss of coordination, bleeding from the nose, ears, and eyes, followed by violent derangement. News sources that had stories featuring events of this nature were asked to send this information to the WHO and, in the United States, to also contact the Centers for Disease Control, the CDC. We now have Dr. Mark Evans from the CDC on a computer conference line to provide us with more details. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Evans. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
What can you tell us beyond the WHO warning, sir?
Well, we're still receiving data from the World Health Organization and from our own investigations. The earliest reports seem to suggest that this could be an outbreak of SARS, but...
And SARS is?
SARS is severe acute respiratory syndrome. It's a virulent respiratory illness caused by the coronavirus. Though initially there did appear to be some similarities, we have determined that this isn't SARS.
Oh, okay. It isn't. What is it then, doctor?
Our investigation is still ongoing, but...
But you don't know what it is?
Well, at this time, we have teams in various areas of the United States working with medical professionals in order to find common cause and effect relationships between victims.
I see. And how many victims are we talking about here, doctor?
As of an hour ago, we've had 750 victims.
750. And what do these have in common?
Violence.
Explain, please, sir.
They attack people who are not infected.
What would cause them to do this?
There is a theory among virologists that certain predatory virus make certain they can be passed along, much like a parasite assures that it can be passed along when its host is dying.
I see. And how long exactly is this process?
We received our first report at the CDC at 1:34 this afternoon.
My God, sir.
Yes. It seems to have an incredibly short incubation period, within hours once the cough appears.
How exactly does this spread?
Initially, we thought it was bloodborne, contracted by coming into contact with the saliva or the blood of a victim. However, We've received a report from the World Health Organization that may indicate it's airborne.
Airborne.
Huh. The cough may actually be spreading the disease.
I see. And how exactly would you determine that?
UV lighting on both corpses and recently infected doctors. Here, I'm going to send you an image. Do you see those spots?
Yes, sir, I see them.
That appears to be the virus, airborne, absorbing into the skin.
Excuse me, doctor. We're being patched into a correspondent on the scene. Melissa, are you there?
Yes, Don, I'm here at Parkdale Hospital, where rumor has it that the officer that was attacked earlier today has expired. Again, these are only rumors, but there was a great deal of activity the last hour at the facility. Oh, there's the doctor now. Doctor, can I get a couple questions from you? Doctor. Oh my God.